Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Bull Banter. It's your boy Curtis Geffen. We're talking Chargers football after a terrible loss here. And also we have Kendrick with us today. How's it going,
What's up,
Kendrick?
guys? Horrible game. We'll be going over all of it. A lot of people said, why are you guys going to be talking about it? Analysis, man. You got to analyze the weaknesses. So when we talk about the strengths, we could be even more excited about it.
Got to know the team inside and out, win or loss. You got to know what's going on.
We're real
And
fans, man. That's why we're out here. We're real fans. We're going to
die
talk about it. We're
hard.
going to bring it to the real hands. That's why we're out here.
Die hard. We're not on that 49ers bandwagon.
Oh, I mean, why would you be
Where you
doing
at?
it? They're doing worse than the Chargers are. I'll throw that one out there.
49er fans, where are you at? Let's get started. Okay, so quite a game. Going to Minnesota after a loss from Cincy. Best way to kind of just quick recap and summary of the game is just a rough game with many injuries, and there's just a lot of bad going on. Just bad. I don't know if much went our way, if anything did at all. We didn't play well, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought right out the gate, we didn't really set the tempo for this game. We came out really flat, and then they kind of got ahead real quick, and then right when you could see it, it was that the line wasn't really getting into a movement. You could tell there was I was very surprised to see Fluker was out there, and just they didn't really have it going with Gordon on the ground. They didn't have it going in the air, so you kind of were wondering what was going on, and then when Peterson broke out that first big run, got them up 10-0, it was kind of not looking too good. And then from that point on, I think it just spiraled into just absolute oblivion.
And
it didn't look too bad at halftime. You know, it was 10-7.
No.
We were kind of coming back. We had Rivers going to Allen, 34-yard extra point, huge touchdown. And then it just spiraled in the second half because they came out with that big Peterson run to set the tone, and then that's when our line just completely dropped off and everyone started dropping like flies. That third quarter was probably the longest third quarter of my life just because of how many injuries we had going.
Oh, it was so bad. So bad. And people were giving Weddle a hard time for missing that tackle because he didn't wrap up.
Yeah, that was huge. Someone had said that they had practiced with a bigger running back running through the defense to practice wrapping up Adrian Peterson. Did you? I kind of question that because on that run he breaks the 4 tackles, 5 tackles maybe. Everyone was diving out it was the second coming, and
on that run it wasn't through the middle. It was around the side, then up.
Yeah, he went to the right and he cut up on a corner, and then he went around and he juked out a linebacker. Then Weddle missed the tackle going up the field, and he was gone.
He was gone after that. Yep. And among many other things, but watching and hearing about the injuries was so ridiculous. It was just I was turning to my friends and I was like, "Is this what else can go wrong? Rivers is gonna die next." And he almost did.
That one where I think it was Anthony Barr. Anthony Barr came straight up to the slot, got a clean shot on him, just straight up hit him in the chest, and it was he was just down. I was like, is he concussed? Is he okay? And it was and they called a timeout, and Clemens came in, but then Rivers came back, and he said after the game, I couldn't get my breath around me, I was getting hit so much, I never got a chance to go to the sideline when we were having off and take my helmet off and grab a breath because I was trying to look at film, I was trying to look at paper, I was trying to look at their reads. He was in the game the whole entire time, and he almost lost it. And, the scariest thing about that, too, was at that same time, across the other side of the country, Ben Roethlisberger got hit left in the knee. So I was just 2004 draft class, man. Roethlisberger just went down. Rivers just went down. My brain was melting at that point. So that was pretty scary.
Yeah, it was scary, and people were blowing up on Twitter, pull Rivers out, save him, and
yeah, even I put hashtag bench Rivers. Get him out of here, man. He's going to die out here. And, Clemens came in, did his job as a backup, and he did fine. Let Rivers sit. Don't put him behind this messed up O-line when you don't have it all figured out right now. Don't put your franchise quarterback back there. You're not going to win this game. The game's over.
And we're already kind of talking about it. We can just kind of break into positive and negatives. There weren't many positives. I know there are a couple players that had good games, which is a positive. McCoy said Reyes and I think it was it a Tauchu or Perryman? I forget which one he said.
I thought Reyes was doing really good coming up off the defensive end.
Yeah.
I thought Itachi was doing pretty good too. I think Perryman was in there on like that second drive, a couple tackles. So I'd say all three of them that played pretty well. And I think they're the only shining light of this defense. Like who was it? It was Jimmy. Was it Stevie Williams got that pick?
Yeah.
Early on in the game, but like after that, like blew a couple coverages on Mike Wallace. Like Patrick Robinson was a no-show. Jimmy Wilson was a no-show. As we know, Weddle missed that tackle. Like Melvin Ingram with that bonehead play on that field goal in the third quarter that turned into a touchdown. Like
that was huge. That was a pivotal point in the game.
This guy hits the O lineman in the back, not going for the ball at all on a field goal. Like, what are you doing? That's textbook. This is textbook stuff. They teach us this in high school. Like, that was just like a dumb play that just told you like how this game was going for them. Like, they didn't notice all these mistakes.
Was not going our way at all. Yeah, that was terrible. That was another negative to throw on top of everything else. Along with the entire starting O-line going down. I didn't know if we had anyone else to put in.
Yeah, we had I think they said they brought 8 guys with them out of the 46-man roster that they could have had for game day. And of the guys we saw going down, we had left tackle King Dunlap with a concussion, left guard Orlando Franklin with an ankle, center Chris Watt with a groin injury, DJ Fluker aggravated his high ankle sprain, Chris Hairston, who was in there at right guard and left guard with his ankle injury. We had Barksdale go down a little bit, like he was hurting, and like Barksdale and Fluker said after this game, like they don't know how they made it through this game. They don't know how they got through it. Like they got off on pure adrenaline. Like Fluker and Barksdale were straight up just sitting there at the end of the game in the locker room. They didn't want to move. They're just sitting there. They really came up with it big in this game. And like Kenny Wiggins from the practice squad was out there. Sheriff Robinson was out there at center. And like you could see that late cadences when Rivers was clapping. Like Robinson didn't have his cadence about him. Like it was so bad. I think we had to move Hairston to left tackle at one point, and then Barksdale was at right tackle, and then I don't even know like how we finished that game. I don't know who was out there by the end of it. It's bad. And then like we have 6 O-linemen hurt right now going into the Browns game. Like who knows what they're going to do this week? It's going to be really interesting to see by Friday on our next show, like how this O-line looks and what we're going to be seeing out of them.
Yeah, we'll see who's practicing and who's not practicing, and what roster moves are going to make, and in order to prepare for that. And like you said, Fluker said he doesn't know how he got through the game because following that he doesn't understand how he played on it. Like you said, I just saw an article about it. It was really interesting. But like it's amazing how players like that can still tough it out, and we still had a terrible game. You know what I mean?
It's because he's a beast. He's a first-round draft pick. DJ Fluker's a monster, man. That's why. That's all I got to say about that. That guy's a fighter. You know, Barksdale's a freaking fighter in there. Like, I love those guys on the right side.
Also, I want to give a shout-out to Keenan Allen because he still played with a lot of heart.
Dude, yeah, and then he backpacked that last drive there with Clemens in there. Like,
he had a good game.
I thought Keenan Allen, what did he have last week? 7 catches for 18 yards, something. He really bounced back in this game. Like, if there's a positive, it's that Rivers and Keenan like did really good. Floyd had an amazing deep ball catch, like in the middle of the third quarter.
Yeah,
like
that was huge.
A 42-yard catch. That's like he gets these catches where it's just like that's retro Malcolm Floyd. Like that's my boy. That's my boy that I know from my youth. Like that's what he does for this team.
Yep.
I thought Stevie Johnson when he tipped out that interception, that was just stupid. That was just boneheaded. But like, you know, the guys we really love on the show, Melvin Ingram and Stevie Johnson, you know, they made bonehead plays, but next week against the Browns, we'll see them bounce back. Like, I really believe those guys will bounce back because they're NFL players and they're professionals.
There were some positives on the receiving core, and then Phillips had that amazing catch.
Dude, yeah, he made a great catch there too, and he's just like he kind of made that eye look, you know, but like there was that one where he dropped it going on the outside of the dump off pass, like where it's just kind of like, you know, John Phillips isn't a starting tight end in this league, but like. We're 1 week away from Gates coming back. Hopefully Green will be back. Like,
and Troutman could be coming
Gates
back.
is the piece that we're missing for this passing offense. Like when Rivers is like looking around for a guy, like he might as well throw it to the middle of the field because that's where Gates is going to be, but he's not there, so it's just empty field.
Yeah.
It's
A lot
rough.
of our offense yesterday was having trouble getting going, especially deep into the game.
Yeah, they got sacked
So
like
much
4
pressure.
times, I think. Like, if he wasn't getting pressured, he was getting an alignment pushed into him. Like, it was ridiculous. A lot of Raider fans are putting around this
Remember
clip
watching?
right now, and I don't know that it exists, where he was going to dump it off to Woodhead and he hit Dunlap in the back of the head with a pass. Like, I don't know that was a play in the game. I think they showed it for a little bit. I didn't see it, but I've been seeing that going around on Raiders Nation fan pages and whatnot. People have been sharing on Facebook that Rivers hit the old lineman in the back of the head.
Yeah, and also like, is that just going around everywhere you're seeing?
Yeah, pretty much. Like NFL on Fox shared it. It's been going around.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I'm trying to
and
pull
then
up on my
also
phone right
just
now and show it to you.
when you watch the O line defending Rivers, the defense just literally penetrates the line and pushes it back. There's no contact. There's no resistance. It's literally a push. Scary to watch.
All right, so I got it right here. I'm going to play it. So you're going to see him be passing the ball. He's going to try to drop it off, and then he just hits him in the back of the head. I didn't see that during the game. I don't know where that footage came from, but Raiders fans are on top of it, and they're showing it up.
Interesting. And the Raiders, oh man, I don't want to talk too much about them because this is all about Chargers, but you know, they're our good old rival friends. They're 2-1.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about them.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about them because I know where they're going to be at the end of the season. So
there you go. That's what I like to hear.
Yep. Yeah, all these people like, oh my gosh, I had someone on Facebook be like, you hear that? Yeah, I don't either. And I just like, he posted some meme where he's like, Charlie Alpha Bravo. We side no Charger fans out there. I just put a hand raised emoticon up on his status. Like, yeah, I'm here. Thank you.
Yeah, no, there's still Charger fans out there.
Gosh, dude.
Frustrated.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna go out there and waste my breath on Facebook being like, oh, I'm so mad about this. Like 30 minutes after a game, I could come here on Bull Banter the next day and tell you what's wrong after I've gotten my thoughts about it. I'm not gonna be up here being like, man, I'm so tired. Like the only thing I'm gonna tell you is like I'm tired of the old line injuries. Like I'm really sick of this. I had this last year.
I'm beyond exhausted from it.
Like, and it keeps going back to like we haven't had this good of an old line since 2007, but we're getting the injury bug again. Like. I'm not happy, dude. I'm not happy about it at all. Like
in one game, it just took over. Like within one quarter, one drive, it seemed like.
Yep. But like we talk about it, like just get through these slew of games. You know, the schedule's looking really good right now for what the future holds. You know, we got the Browns coming up this Sunday. We got the Steelers without Ben Roethlisberger coming up. Packers is going to be tough, but then you got the Raiders. Then you get your bye week. Like, get through it, get to the division games, and we'll see what we can do about the Broncos and the Chiefs.
Yep. It can be done. I mean, especially Pittsburgh without Roethlisberger, that's a whole different team.
It's very, very important for us that we have our bye week before we hit all the division games because we can really get healthy, really get everyone back up here. Like, we haven't even seen Jaleel Adaya barely this season yet. Like, there's still a lot of guys to be had out there.
And Troutman hasn't played a regular season game yet.
Yep. I haven't even seen Donald Brown in a hoodie sitting on the bench this season yet. Like, it's pretty crazy out there. There's a lot of guys I'm not seeing out there that I usually see in their spots I want to see them.
And one thing I saw all over Twitter, Facebook, which is something we can talk about, is the lack of trust of McCoy, Reich, Pagano. I want to hear your thoughts on that. Just, are they doing their job? Are they preparing for the teams? Are they not preparing well? Because the past 2 weeks, it hasn't seemed like, especially maybe on defense, that there hasn't been proper preparation, and offense, really. Especially this week, it seemed like we weren't even game plan ready for what was going on.
Well, I think they had a good game going until that first drive of the third quarter. And then when they didn't bounce back from that, it was kind of like game over from that point. It was because that's when the injury started hitting us, was on our first offensive drive of the third quarter. Like, I think they're doing what they can with what they have. and I don't think what they have is a lot right now. So, yeah, I think they're doing their jobs, but like, I would say more so is that the players doing their jobs. Like, I think the players are doing horrible this season. Like, I really do.
Yep.
I think the guys on defense are missing tackles. The guys we need to be making those tackles are not doing their jobs, and we haven't had our starting corners out there. Like, when we had our starting corner out there last week, he gave up 3 touchdowns because he wasn't 100%. Like, I don't think it's on the coaches. It's more on the players that are going out there. Like, they're doing what they can with their pieces. They're trying to get these guys to get going, but they're not doing it.
To me, it just seemed a little the offense. I think we run better when we go into a huddle. I think we saw a glimpse of that. And we just couldn't get it going. I don't know what it was.
Like, I just counted it out right now. We have 15 teams in the league right now that are 1-2. That's half the league. So any Charger fans that are panicking out there, don't panic. Because we have company with the Colts who are going to make the playoffs. We have company in the NFC East. Like, anyone out of the NFC East, half of them is 1-2. The Giants, the Redskins, and the Eagles. The Eagles probably won that division. The Seahawks are 1-2. The Seahawks will be in Super Bowl contention. Like, a lot of people are really fretting about being 1-2. How are we going to do this? Like, it's very early in the season. Like, the Ravens are 0-3 right now. They could win their division. You know, like the guys that are going to miss the playoffs in here that are at the bottom. The Lions, the Saints, the Bears, like that's the end of those franchises. Like, still very early.
Yeah, it's 17 weeks for a reason.
Yep, and I don't think we should be panicking on anything right now. I think that this team's on 100%. We can evaluate them at the end of the season. We can decide what we're going to do. Like, I'll tell you right now, if John Picano's not interviewing for a head coaching job at the end of the season, I'll be very surprised because I think he's one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. I thought he was going to get a job last year. I really did.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised. He's a great defensive coordinator. I think he does a lot with what he's had. And I think that once we have 100% of our defense, that we're really going to see what this guy can do with that.
I'm hoping so.
Something to watch out for.
That's what we need. Some pressure.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of the guys on defense have said they haven't played up to that. They haven't played their best ball yet. Okay.
Like, you know, we didn't see Kyle Emanuel in this game. We didn't see Donald Butler in this game. We didn't see Monte Teo. We didn't see Denzel Perryman. Like, there was a lot of guys where it's kind of like, where are you? Like, are you out there? Mm-hmm. So, a lot of guys to bounce back. And whether the Browns have Josh McCown or Johnny Manziel out there, like, I expect you to be smashing them because there's no talent on that Browns offense. Let me be real with you right now. They have one of the worst offenses in the league. And while on defense, They have Joe Hayden, who's a top 5 corner in this league. They don't have a lot they're bringing on defense. So, if there's a game to bounce back on, it's this team. If you're going to bounce back on a team that's kind of broken right now but has pieces, yeah, that's the Steelers. But, like, when you got Raiders and Bears coming up, like, I expect you to smash them. The Bears punted on all of their offensive drives yesterday. They lost, like, 42-0 to the Seahawks. Like, if there's a game for you to absolutely punt a team before the bye week, it's the Chicago Bears.
Yep.
I look forward to that game very much. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Monday night game. Yep, yeah. Monday night.
Yep. I'm excited.
Also, Pittsburgh is too.
Yeah, get out of here. 2 Monday night games for the Chargers?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah. Bolts up.
Bro, that's even crazier because, like, imagine how much rest we're going to have before we play the Steelers.
Yeah, plenty of rest.
Oh, my gosh, dude. Monday night football.
It's back-to-back home games. That's huge, too.
Wow, very nice. Mm-hmm. Very nice. I like that. Two Monday night games for the Chargers. No Sunday night games, though. Oh, wait. No, we got a Thursday night game.
Could change, though. You know,
Christmas
Eve.
Eve.
Change at the end of the season.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. Well, you know, I think we've talked enough about this gruesome and unbearable game to watch.
Yeah, I don't think there's a worse game for this team this season. I'll say that right now. If anything this season is worse than this, God help us all.
Let's just be thankful that it's out of the way now. Got out of the way.
Absolutely. A lot of people talk about how in fantasy football, you know, the team, you like to get your players to get their worst games out now before you get to the playoffs. Same thing with the Chargers. We want those horrible losses out now. We don't want, like, Dolphins last year when we got shellacked by them. Like,
that was a shutout.
Get it over right now, beginning of the season. Get hot later in the season. Let's get the division done. We haven't even played a division game yet, man. You go 6-0 in that division, you're looking pretty good. you're looking pretty darn good.
We'll see. And there's some teams to beat too. Broncos and Chiefs are looking good.
I think they look so vulnerable, man. No, I think these teams look very vulnerable. The Broncos last night, they had 2 touchdowns that were Hail Mary touchdowns that got them back in that game.
I think the Chiefs are way better than the Broncos, and I was shocked that they lost the game.
Yeah. No, I think the Chiefs are a lot better than the Broncos, and I think the Broncos got lucky. And the reason I said that they got lucky, like I said this last night on Facebook, I think Wade Phillips is one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. I think the Broncos is the best defensive unit he's ever had in this league. And the Broncos behind the Cardinals might be the best defense in this league with Wade Phillips in his system. Like, if you remember back when the Texans were very dominant, it's because Wade Phillips was the defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a very good Broncos group. And I think the Chiefs are very talented too, but I don't think their secondary is very deep. So you just got to exploit the weaknesses that are out there. Watch out for the Chiefs tonight against the Packers. That's going to be a heck of a game.
Yeah,
we'll see.
They could make a statement tonight.
We'll see what they do.
In Green Bay. It's in Green Bay, right?
Yeah.
It is. Yep.
It is. And it's raining out there, too. So we're going to see, because Jamal Charles doesn't do very good holding that ball when it's raining.
Yeah, he's got a lot to bounce back from, too, from the other game. All right, so let's close it out here. We went through all of our negatives on this game, but we just got to look forward to the next couple weeks here playing the Browns. We'll be talking about it on Friday and previewing that game, which will be this Sunday at home, Qualcomm Stadium. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith, Charger fans. We are only 3 weeks in the season. We've got a lot of football left. So thanks for watching Bolt Banter. Go follow us on Twitter at Bolt Banter. And like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube page, and we're just now recently added to iTunes on the podcast. So look for that as well.
Wow, look at that, man. We're stepping it up. Wow.
Look at that.
Good for us.
Good. All right, guys. Thanks for watching today. Go Bolts. We'll talk to you on Friday.
Bolt up, San Diego. Stay classy.
Stay classy. See you later, guys.